So, if you're in the tech world, or even just tech adjacent, you've probably heard of the CompTIA Security SY certification. It just got a major refresh, the SY0-701, and a lot of people are asking, what's actually new? Is it just more of the same, or is this a fundamentally different test?
That's the million-dollar question, or maybe the $392 question, to be precise. And it is fundamentally different. About 20% of the exam objectives are brand new. They're not just adding new acronyms, they're completely rethinking the focus. We're seeing a huge pivot towards concepts like zero-trust architecture, IoT security, and the messiness of hybrid environments where you have some stuff in the cloud and some in your own server room.
Okay, so it's not just about knowing what a firewall is anymore. I saw that security operations is now the biggest domain on the exam, making up by Finger Arshabar of it. What does that actually mean for the person taking the test?
It means the industry wants people who can do more than just pass a multiple-choice quiz on security theory. They want people who can actually respond when an incident is happening in real time. But here's the real kicker. The exam now also tests your ability to communicate and report on security risks to people who are not technical. The role is officially moving from the server room to the boardroom.
That communication piece feels like a huge pivot. I mean, why is CompTIA suddenly so focused on making tech people better at explaining things?
Because a security breach isn't just a technical failure anymore, it's a full-blown business crisis. If a security administrator can't explain the risk to the CEO in plain English, the most brilliant technical fix in the world might not even matter. The SY0-701 isn't testing if you know what a firewall is. It's testing if you can defend a company that has no traditional perimeter and then explain that defense to the people signing the checks.
Got it. So, the bar has definitely been raised for what a baseline security pro needs to know. But knowing what's on the test is one thing, actually passing it is another. Let's look at the practical side. The cost and the controversial world of exam dumps.
Right, and the cost is a factor. The exam fee is $392, though you can sometimes hunt down coupons. That price tag is exactly why so many people get tempted by so-called exam dumps, basically archives of what claim to be real questions from the test.
I've seen services like Spoto that offer these, claiming they're verified and will guarantee you pass on the first try. They make a big deal about how they're different from the free dumps floating around online.
It's a classic get what you pay for scenario. Using a free, outdated dump to study is like preparing for a math test using an answer key with all the wrong formulas. You're actively learning incorrect information, which is worse than not studying at all. Even with the best materials, CompTIA still recommends around 30 to 40 hours of focused study, and ideally, having a couple of years of hands-on experience before you even attempt it.
Exactly. It's about the long game, not just the certificate. Which brings us to the ultimate question. Once you have those three letters, security, next to your name, what does it actually change for your career?
Well, it's not just a piece of paper you hang on the wall. Think of it as a 3-year license to practice. It's been an industry standard since 2002 for a reason. To keep it active, you have to earn continuing education credits or get more advanced certifications. It forces you to stay current.
So it's designed to prevent your skills from becoming obsolete.
Precisely. And the skills themselves are like a Swiss Army knife for IT. They apply directly to roles in penetration testing, risk management, and defensive security. For a newcomer, the hands-on labs are the difference between knowing the definition of a breach and actually knowing how to stop one. It's the industry's way of verifying you have the muscle memory to handle a crisis, not just the vocabulary to talk about one.
It sounds like it's less about the certificate itself and more about creating a shared standard across the entire workforce.
That's the core of it. When an employer sees SY0-701 on a resume, they have a baseline. They know you've been vetted against modern standards. It creates a universal language for security, which helps bridge that critical gap between the technical staff and the business leaders. That's where the real career growth happens.
It's clear that as the landscape changes, the definition of entry-level is just getting more and more advanced. Let's wrap this up with the essential takeaways for anyone looking to tackle the SY0-701 CibeSecurity this year.
Absolutely. If you're thinking about this cert, there are really 4 things to keep in mind. First, a fifth of the exam is brand new, with a heavy focus on zero trust, IoT, and hybrid cloud security. Second, the shift to operations is real. Practical incident response is now more important than just theory. Third, think of it as an investment. The exam is about $400, and you should plan for at least 30 to 40 hours of solid study. And please, be very careful with free exam dumps. They're often a trap. Finally, remember it's a living credential. You have to renew it every 3 years, which ensures your skills never truly expire.